Hello and welcome to episode 4 of the BWF1 podcast. Today we're going to be talking about the recent Singapore Grand Prix and the upcoming Austin GP, on who needs to perform as well as our race and qualifying predictions.
Previously at the Singapore GP, Franco was fighting the Red Bull,
which is very impressive for four races in
F1
in
in a Williams.
a Williams against one of the most experienced drivers in a Red Bull.
And dominant teams for
Yeah.
this kind of past 3 years, kind of all that dominance.
Yeah, it's just really showing how Checo's been back to his struggling ways and has been just not on it.
Yeah.
I think that performance in Baku was a bit of a one-off, whereas a bit like Daniel in Miami Sprint, it was just a bit of luck.
Yeah. Lando won by at least 20 seconds plus.
Which is showing how dominant that McLaren is and how it's clearly the number one car.
Yeah, at the moment, because that very much could change by the time we get to
Austin.
Austin.
I think Mercedes and Red Bull have announced they have bring upgrades.
Yeah.
But it's still Lando 20 plus. We've only seen that, I think, 3 times this year. It was him in Zandvoort and Max in Bahrain.
And then
It's a very dominant performance. And then the fight for 7th heats up as it's now only 3 points. 3 points between RB and Haas because of Nico Hulkenberg's P9 last time out.
yeah.
It's actually, because we know there's not really going to be a battle for the actual constructors title, but now we got one for 7th and one for 2nd, which is still entertaining and for both midfield teams. With it being so close, it's going to be exciting because 1 point can change an entire season for them.
Yeah, 100%.
Now on to the Austin Grand Prix this week.
It's a big last 6 races for Lawson to prove that he's deserving of the RB and maybe Red Bull seat next year.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's why they've brought him in to show, well, even if he's ready into F1, because this isn't, a lot of people are acting like he's into F1 now.
Yeah.
RB still don't have an allocated driver for next year.
Yeah, because it's very much between...
Because if he doesn't perform, Isaac Hadjar, Ayuma Iwasa, even Danny Rick could get back in that car.
They might even give Danny Rick a start for the first half-ish season.
Yeah.
And if he's performing good and he can go on. If he's not, he'll probably get the sack.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And if he does perform, is that Red Bull seat up for grabs? Because Checo's been that bad lately.
Yeah.
It can prove a lot. It may seem like a short time, but it's a really long time in the world of F1.
Yeah.
It's going to be a big race for Lando Norris as he needs to outscore Max to keep a foot in this World Drivers' Championship. As it's only 52 points, but
yeah, which is a very slim margin in this point scoring system.
Yeah, and if Max gets any sort of advantage over this, a lead, it could be almost game over.
Yeah,
because
he basically needs to make sure he gets all the wins and podiums and keeps Max out of it in whatever way he can.
Yeah.
Even if it's Oscar to help. Almost his job now is still to fight if Lando's out. But if Lando is in first and he's in second and Max is third, he will
defend for
his life and
not just
try and build a gap between Lando and himself. So when Max would come in, there'll be a 20-second gap and it's almost unchaseable.
Yeah, exactly. And especially because Lando, he's not the best in high pressure moments.
As we
We've
saw,
seen this many times before, but
even crashing with Max.
in Austria,
Yeah.
yeah,
So,
which that was really the start of the championship battle.
yeah. Not really points, but a bit more of the rivalry.
Yeah, Red Bull need to have a big race as it's heating up for second place in the constructors. It's been threatening to taken away by Ferrari, and
Which would be interesting if Ferrari
yeah,
do get second place.
yeah. Just if I feel like if Red Bull finish third and Perez is consistently bottom end of the points, I think Lawson is a very high chance
If Lawson performs,
to
let's
get
remember
that Red Bull seat.
But Lawson has to perform as well. That's not happening if
Yeah.
Lawson doesn't perform as well.
But the last time we did see him in F1, which was last year around this time,
Yeah.
a bit earlier, he was majestical. He was something. It was like he was a veteran.
Yeah.
Now, McLaren, Alpine, and Haas all bring in special liveries to Kota. It's gonna be a very shaky grid, like very different.
Looking different. And also Haas with Toyota now,
Yeah, Haas signed with Toyota.
which got our most viewed TikTok on our TikTok, which you should all go follow.
At BWF1.
Yeah.
Alright, now onto the Ricardo Lawson talk. I know we are a little bit late on this, but we will talk about it. It's not really a surprising move.
But it's still that thing of, it's a bit shocking. Like, everyone
Yeah.
knew it was coming, even probably before Singapore started. Daniel probably knew it was coming. Everyone knew it was going to happen.
It was just a
at
matter of
some point.
time.
And
it was when, not if.
Even when it did happen, I think everyone was still just shocked. Like, there's something that no one could ever see Daniel walk out of F1, especially in the way he did, that he didn't really get a send-off that he deserves.
No.
He might come back. For all we know, he might come back next year at the start if Lawson doesn't do well. But I think if I was RB, I would have sent him off in a nice way.
For an 8-time race winner.
For Red Bull.
For Red Bull. No, and
Yeah,
McLaren.
but I mean, majority of them were.
7 out of 8.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's head over to our race predictions. P20, DNFing for me is Kevin Magnussen. How about you?
I got Lawson DNF. I reckon it's probably an engine failure, so it's not really entirely his fault.
Off the bat,
But
with the
it's
DNF,
still just not.
he wasn't performing well. Yeah.
Well, not even if he was performing well. It's just that
Unlucky.
It
Yeah.
was probably just maybe from the heat.
I
Texas,
just
but
got Magnussen. I think he's just because he's got refreshed his penalty points.
yeah, he's gonna
He's just
dive
gonna go
bombing into the first
crazy,
corner.
especially the last 2 or 3 races if he still has quite a few points left.
Yeah.
And moving on to P19, also DNFing. I've got a double DNF for Haas with Hulkenberg in 19th at their home race.
That would be a bit embarrassing on their
I
hand.
think it's because Magnussen tries to get too flashy, too excited because he sees an open turn 1 and he just tries to go for it and he doesn't take in that it's his teammate
Yeah.
and just collides.
Which would be very not a good look.
No, especially with Toyota immediately starting this week.
Yeah. My P19, Joe, just shocking. I mean, it's just Sauber. Doing Sauber
Typical
things.
Sauber. Yeah. Yeah, P18 now. I've got Science with a DNF. I just think Ferrari's been very reliable this year, and I feel like it's got to break
At some
somewhere.
point.
And with the heat of Texas and Coda, I feel like now's the time, if anything.
My P18, I got Bottas.
Yeah, Sauber.
Yeah.
Not much to talk about, really, is there? My P17, I've got Joe Grenier. It's just Sauber, Joe Grenier. He's been bad all year. It's a bit of like a now or never situation for him, and I think it's just a never.
Yeah.
Especially being in by far the worst car on the grid.
My P17, I've got Max Verstappen.
Max Verstappen.
Mm-hmm.
P17.
Yeah.
What are you seeing?
I'm seeing a half engine failure, which kind of he has to pit and get new tires or something.
What, like a late,
Probably an early
or like
pit.
a 4 pit stop race?
Yeah,
Where
probably
he
like
gets like damage or something.
yeah, and you probably pits early, which just means he has to ruins their strategy. They don't get any undercut because
Yeah.
and everyone just passes them, and then he gets some damage from Joe or someone or Bottas, and then that causes him to pit again and then put more tyres on, and then it just becomes a bit of a shambles. But he's still able to pass Bottas and Joe because they're just terrible.
In P16, I've got Valtteri Bottas, the other Sauber. Just kind of the same reason as Joe, been bad all year. It's now or never, and it's obviously
Never.
in that Sauber. I think it's never.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see who they sign this year for their spot, because it will be interesting to see if they put someone young or if they just keep a Bottas or a Joe for a year.
My pick for it is bringing Colapinto, and then on like a loan, what Daniel Ricciardo's on. So,
Yeah. And Colapinto will, without a doubt, say yes to that no matter what, because
more experience, more chance to prove that he's a driver.
Yeah.
And going up against Hulkenberg, who's one of the most experienced drivers, it'll really put like a test to him.
Yeah. And it will be interesting to see what Williams does with him.
Yeah.
In the long term, because they got signs for this year.
For a couple of years.
And then Albon.
I don't think he's going anywhere.
No.
He's been rumoured leaving, but he's been nice and loyal.
Yeah. And I don't think they want to get rid of him either. Unless Colapinto just does something crazy. Your P15?
My P15, Yuki Tsunoda. He's been in a bad stretch of form recently, and I don't think this is a race where he breaks it.
Yeah.
Your P15?
My P15, I've got Ocon in that special livery for Alpine, the Indiana Jones one, which they've done 2 movie special liveries this year, which is...
It's a bit strange because Indiana Jones, but it's in Texas.
Yeah, it's such a random... If I was them, I would have done it in Las Vegas. Because Las Vegas is just such a more... a bit more money and spec about having Indiana Jones in Las Vegas.
Yeah. P14, I've got Pierre Gasly.
I got Gasly as well.
Just mid.
Yeah.
Mid car.
Mid-car, mid-performance.
Yeah. As usual for them.
Your P13?
P13, I've got the other Alpine of Esteban Ocon. Same as Gasly, mid-car, mid-performance. Yeah, that's about it, really.
My P13, I've got Tsunoda. It's still not good. 13, still not in the points or anything. But it's just a thing to kind of show that he is still there and still willing to put a decent performance in for the team.
Yeah. On to P12 now. I've got Lance Stroll.
Yeah, I got Stroll as well. Not a good race from him.
He's just been...
I mean, P12 isn't bad.
He's
but
just
like,
been there, really, all season. He's just been there.
yeah, nothing special.
Except for a couple times where he's crashed. He's just been there.
Yeah.
P11 now. I've got Fernando Alonso, who just misses out on the points.
Yeah, I got Hülkenberg, which, to be honest, I'm not sure why I put him there, but
Just a Haas performance.
I feel like it's just a Haas decent performance.
Yeah.
Like, just nothing
Special.
It's nothing special. It's not a point, but it's very close to the points.
Yeah.
Which in Haas eyes for the first race for Toyota
is
would
promising.
be good. And will make Toyota think well about Haas.
Yeah. Moving into the points now, I've got Liam Lawson in P10 scoring points on his debut. Oh, like back
Red Bull debut.
RB.
Not RB.
Like back into Formula One. Yeah. I just see him showing even more potential to what he did last year. And I really believe in him.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's really it.
My P10, I have Magnussen. I think it's almost that thing of, because he just goes for the gap, that's what gets him into P10. And I reckon it's probably...
Respect from the other drivers.
Yeah. Just
Gets
like,
him through.
I don't really want to fight with you. Just go through, man.
I've seen your lowlights.
Yeah.
Ninth, I've got another set of points for Franco Colapinto in P9, scoring 2 more.
Yep. My P9, I got Perez, which is in the points, but it's barely in the points, and it's second last points.
Yeah, only 2 points when his teammates accumulated a lot more, but in your eyes, he's P17. P8 now, I've got the other Williams, Alex Albon. I think him and Colapinto are very closely matched, and now that Williams is a top tier midfield car, it's improved a lot recently.
Yeah. My P8, I got Fernando Alonso. I think it's just kind of showing Stroll the finger a bit that just he needs to get out of the team. Of course, he's not going to get out of the team because his dad practically owns the team, but that he's just kind of showing the finger and just like, I'm just better than you, and just get out. You shouldn't have a seat.
P7, I have Perez struggling once again in one of the best cars on the grid.
My P7, I got Colapinto. I think it's a decent race for him. It's another points finish for him. And he's just looking more and more promising.
P7 for him and P16 or whatever it was for Albon. You've really split the differences with their performances. Mm-hmm. In my P6, I have the first Mercedes of Lewis Hamilton. I just think he's going to have an average race. He likes Coda.
Yeah.
He's performed good around here the last couple of years. Well, not last year since he got disqualified, but...
We don't talk about... It wasn't his fault.
No.
Technically.
Team's fault.
Technically. My P6, I've got Carlos Sainz. It's a good points finish. I feel like he's just kind of fading out of everyone's mind a bit.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah. Without him having like that shock move to go to Williams, which surprised everyone, it's a bit like everyone's kind of forgotten him.
And it hasn't like he's done anything important in recent
He's just been
years.
existing. I don't think he's got a podium for quite a while.
Yeah. Not since Australia.
No. He's got one after that.
When?
Monaco.
What's Leclerc, dumbass?
No, I didn't say he won. I'm pretty sure he got one there.
Oh, yeah, he got third.
Yeah. P5 now. I have Russell. And
I have Russell as well.
yeah, just
Good.
I have him outperforming his teammate.
I think it's also the new upgrades as well, which
a bit, yeah.
prove that's what they need to kind of get there.
P4, I've got Charles Leclerc.
Same here. Still good coming from
I think that Ferrari
Azerbaijan
is the second best car, but for me, who I have in P3, Max Verstappen, he's just he's not a much better driver, but like he's got more ability, more experience. I just think he's not quick enough to outperform him.
For my third position, I have Lando Norris. I think it's podium, good,
An
as
extra
always.
15 points on Max for you.
Yeah, but it's not first, and it's not what they want in the...
P3 on the last spot of the podium, I have Verstappen, who I just said, who ekes out Charles Leclerc.
Yep.
On to P2 now. I've got Norris.
I've got Lewis Hamilton, which is a bit of a far shot, if I must say myself.
Yeah.
But I think it's those new upgrades just kind of showing, hello, we are still here and alive.
We're irrelevant.
Yeah.
And with this both means that we have chosen that we think Oscar Piastri is going to win the US GP.
I think he should. He should win.
I think, yeah. Even though Norris is in P2, I don't think he would be close enough to Piastri because Piastri might have like a better strategy. Norris might pit just before a safety car and he pits during a safety car. I don't know, something like that maybe.
Yeah.
Now we will head on to our quali predictions, which, as we've done before, it's both of us together. And starting us off in P20 will be Joe Guanyu.
Nothing special.
Yeah, as we both have, he's underperformed.
Joe just being Joe. And it could very much be his final year in the sport of F1.
Most likely, yeah.
It'll be weird to see him back.
Yeah. P19, we've got Kevin Magnussen. So for years had an amazing comeback race.
I can see it happening.
From P19 into the points. Knowing his aggression, it's not out of the books.
Yeah, it's not entirely impossible for that not to happen.
No. P18, we've got the first Alpine of Pierre Gasly, who just gets outperformed or outqualified by Valtteri Bottas. It's a good qualifying for Bottas, but like you can't be saying P17 is a good qualifying, can you?
No.
Not really. P16 now, one spot away from Q2 is Lance Stroll.
Yeah.
I don't know. We just don't believe in him.
Yeah.
At all, really.
Ocon P15. Just Ocon being Ocon.
Just gets into Q2, but nothing really special.
Yeah.
Last spot in Q2. P14, we've got Yuki Tsunoda, so not bad, but not great.
Yeah.
P13, underperforming, I guess you could say, Fernando Alonso.
Yeah.
With his experience, you'd expect a bit better, but that car's just not anywhere right now, really. P12, we've got Liam Lawson.
Yeah.
So I think will jump up into the points and you think will have a mechanical failure.
Yeah.
P11 just missing out on Q3. Franco Colapinto.
Yeah. Just a bit unlucky.
Just behind his teammate in Alex Albon.
Has he made it to Q3 yet?
Yeah. I think he did in Azerbaijan. Oh, sorry, not Azerbaijan. Oh no, yeah, Azerbaijan. P9, we've got Nico Hulkenberg performing well.
Yeah.
P8, Perez. Perez just being bad.
Yeah. Underperforming. P7, we've got Science. Science just hanging around.
I'm just hanging around.
Yeah.
P6 and P5, we've got the Mercedes pair with Russell outperforming Hamilton.
P4, we've got Verstappen, followed by Leclerc.
Who take the second row, and that means it's going to be a front row lockout for McLaren with Norris taking pole position.
Yeah. I reckon with the race start, he does a turn 1 fumble.
Classic Lando performance.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you again soon at the Mexican GP in a week's time. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and goodbye.